It's late 2008, inside the corporate offices of Fry's Electronics in San Jose, California. A company executive glances down at a stack of printouts left on a colleague's desk. Numbers that don't add up. Names of vendors nobody's heard of. Within weeks, federal agents walk into the building and arrest the company's vice president of merchandising, a man so well known at Las Vegas casinos that they used to charter private planes just to fly him in. By the time investigators finish counting, he has siphoned $65.6 million out of one of America's largest electronics retailers over nearly 4 years. Nobody in finance caught it. No auditor flagged it. It took one person, glancing at the wrong piece of paper, to end it. So how does a single employee move that much money out of a company without a single alarm going off? Ausaf Umar Siddiqui joins Fry's Electronics in 1988, back when the chain is still building its reputation as a California institution. Massive stores stacked floor to ceiling with computer parts, appliances, and electronics, the kind of place tech-obsessed shoppers can lose an entire afternoon in. Siddiqui climbs the ladder for 2 decades. By the 2000s, he's vice president of merchandising and operations, earning a salary of $225,000 a year. That title puts him in charge of something enormously valuable, deciding which vendors get shelf space in dozens of Fry's stores across 9 states. Vendors need Siddiqui's approval to get their products in front of millions of customers. That kind of leverage, combined with almost no outside oversight of his deal-making, is exactly the kind of gap fraud specialists watch for. Here's the first move, and it's almost embarrassingly simple. Siddiqui starts negotiating side deals with Fry's suppliers directly. Instead of getting the best price for the company, he tells vendors he'll buy their products at higher prices and in larger quantities than Fry's actually needs, in exchange for a kickback paid back to him personally. The kickbacks run as high as 31% of the total sale. To receive the money without it landing in his personal bank account and raising questions, Siddiqui sets up a shell company called PC International. On paper, it looks like just another vendor Fry's does business with. In reality, it exists for one purpose: to catch the kickback payments flowing back from the real suppliers, dressed up as a legitimate business transaction. Between January 2005 and November 2008, the scheme grows quietly and steadily. Investigators later trace $65.6 million in kickback payments flowing through PC International from 5 different Fry's vendors. One of those vendors alone routes more money through the scheme than most companies see in profit over a decade. And here's the number that makes this case remarkable. Fry's internal accounting never catches it. Every purchase Siddiqui approves looks, on the surface, like an ordinary vendor transaction. Higher prices and larger orders, sure, but nothing that screams fraud to anyone not specifically looking for it. Meanwhile, the money isn't sitting in a bank account collecting interest. Siddiqui is a high-stakes gambler, and he's about to become a legend on the Las Vegas Strip for exactly the wrong reasons. Here's how Siddiqui keeps the whole operation invisible. The mechanism isn't complicated, that's the point. A shell company doesn't need to be sophisticated if nobody's looking for it. PC International exists on paper as a legitimate vendor, giving Siddiqui a place to receive money that looks, to an outside eye, like ordinary business revenue. Because Siddiqui himself has the authority to approve vendor pricing and quantities, there's no second signature, no independent check, standing between his decision and the company's money. He is simultaneously the person creating the deals and the person benefiting from them. Casinos in Las Vegas, meanwhile, become an unlikely partner in hiding the money. Between 2005 and 2008, Siddiqui reportedly wires more than $70 million to the Venetian alone. Money that, once gambled away, is gone completely, leaving no paper trail leading back to Fry's. For nearly 4 years, the machine runs without a hitch. Then, in 2008, another Fry's executive happens to see paperwork left out on a desk, printouts connected to Siddiqui's deals. Something about the numbers doesn't sit right. That single moment of suspicion is enough to trigger an internal investigation. Once someone starts pulling the thread, the shell company, the inflated vendor prices, and the kickback patterns start to unravel fast. But here's what makes this case sting even more once the full picture comes out. The $65.6 million confirmed by the IRS turns out to be a conservative estimate. Fry's own internal accounting later places the total damage closer to $87 million. The real question investigators now have to answer isn't just how much was stolen, it's where all of it actually went. The trail leads straight to the casino floor. Investigators discover that Siddiqui isn't just a regular gambler, he's a phenomenon inside Las Vegas high roller circles, known to casino staff as a blackjack machine for the speed and volume of his play, often betting up against the house limit for hours at a stretch. Between the Venetian and the MGM Grand alone, his combined gambling losses reportedly reach around $121 million over 3 years, a number that actually exceeds what he stole from Fry's, meaning he was gambling on credit and digging himself deeper by the month. Federal agents arrest him in December 2008 at Fry's own headquarters, reportedly stunning coworkers who had no idea their high-flying VP was living a double life. He's held on a $300,000 bond while prosecutors build a case around 9 felony counts of wire fraud and money laundering. In February 2011, Siddiqui pleads guilty to 1 count of wire fraud and 1 count of money laundering, and 7 additional felony charges are dismissed as part of the deal. By July of that year, he files for personal bankruptcy, listing a staggering $137 million in debt, including more than $20 million owed to the IRS and roughly $20 million owed directly to Las Vegas casinos. On December 8, 2011, U.S. District Judge Jeremy Fogel sentences him to 6 years in federal prison, along with 3 years of supervised release and a $10,000 fine. It's a fraction of the prison time he could have faced under the original 9 felony counts. A plea deal is the only thing standing between 6 years and a much longer sentence. The Ferrari, the private casino flights, the reputation as one of Silicon Valley's most trusted retail executives, all of it collapses into a single sentencing hearing that lasts a few minutes. What's unsettling about this case isn't the size of the theft. $65.6 million is large, but it's not the biggest fraud on record. It's how ordinary the method was. No offshore accounts, no complex financial engineering, just one executive with unchecked authority, one shell company posing as a vendor, and years of nobody double-checking the math. The scheme wasn't undone by an auditor, a whistleblower, or a regulator. It was undone by pure chance, a coworker glancing at the wrong stack of paper on the wrong afternoon. If that moment hadn't happened, how many more years might it have run? And how many other companies right now have a version of PC International sitting quietly in their vendor list, waiting for someone to look twice?